Okay, so just check, friends, whether you can hear me. Am I audible to you? So this lecture is related to Assistant Environment Engineer exam in Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Syllabus is same, technical syllabus is same, and I'm taking the first topic of that, ecosystem. I'll be taking 2 classes for ecosystem, and I've taken some questions today, the important questions which you may get in the exam, and I'll share this entire document with you in your WhatsApp group. So start preparing, friends. YourPedia has already completed this, all the syllabus for you. All the topics are already completed. Now it's a time we do a lot of question practice, and the question practice which is on the actual kind of question which you can get in your exam. On that line we are going to prepare and we are going to do the questions. So ecosystem is your syllabus, that is, we are going to do question from strictly as per the syllabus topics and as per previous years. My reference, the paper question pattern will be as per Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So what kind of pattern of the question comes? 4 statements and answer, and reasoning assertions, those kind of questions normally are asked. So let's start doing it, and then I'll be explaining you the questions also. So one of the questions normally asked is from the type of ecosystem. So type of ecosystem, you can get questions, and since you are attending this class, I have made this PPT where question first will be visible to you, and then you have to think of what is the answer, and then I'll give you the answer. So it will be good if you along with me keep giving the answer and check whether you are good, you are correct or not. So which of the following is example of lentic freshwater ecosystem? What is lentic freshwater ecosystem? Tell me what is A, B, C, D answer. Please go ahead. Tell me, then only I'll go forward. River, stream, spring, pond. Tell me which one is example of lentic freshwater ecosystem. Okay, lentic freshwater ecosystem. Okay, so let's go for that. Okay, so lentic answer is correct. Pond is the lentic ecosystem. Now what is the meaning of that lentic ecosystem? Is still water bodies like lake, pond, swamp. So others which is not lentic is lotic. So lotic versus lentic, that is freshwater ecosystem. So both are freshwater, lotic also, lentic also. You should know what is lotic, what is lentic. Keep yourself updated with this. So whenever there's a still water, that is lentic. So pond, lake, swamp, these are still water, they are lentic. And flowing water, river, stream, spring, flowing water, but fresh water, that is the lotic. So lotic versus lentic freshwater ecosystem. I'm sure you have updated it, friends. So let's go to the next now. This is something for you. I mean, if you can understand it, running water ecosystem is lotic ecosystem. Lentic is standing water is lentic ecosystem. It's river, spring, stream, pond, lake, dry up. So what happens is, if it is running, it will dry up and organisms will die. So during period of drought, this system will last longer. Now this question can also be asked, during the drought period, which system has better resilience? So this lentic system has better resilience wherever there is a drought. Now this year there was less rain or something like that. Whenever there is a drought period, here some water will be left, but it will dry up depending upon the stream and all. So an organism may die, right? So water moves from one place to another. Here water remains the same place. So that is the thing. So for drought period, where you can have better resilience, that also you should know, resilience is better in the lentic ecosystem. Okay, next question, please answer now. Which of the following is correctly matched? Answer, I am waiting for your answer, friends. This question answer session, and at the end, because we are going to know next couple of weeks, we are going to do a lot of question practice. Other mentors will also do question practice, and you have to tell me whether you are enjoying this process and what inputs you want to give, what other things you want. Accordingly we'll make it. So which of the following is correctly matched? Give your answer. 1 2 3 4. Tell me, friends. 4. Okay, estuary is mixing of water, river water with sea water. Wonderful. So that is the answer for you, estuary. So what is estuary? Is it is a region where fresh water mixed with salt water of sea, delta is formed there only. So fresh water of river and salt water of sea mix at this particular region, right? Lakes are lentic, rivers are lotic. So lake is lentic and river is lotic. That is what we know. And marine ecosystem is not fresh water. So this fresh water marine ecosystem is not a freshwater ecosystem. So this is the information which you need to have. Yeah, let's go next now. Answer it. Which of the following is example of artificial ecosystem? Which one is artificial ecosystem? Very simple question, but that is how the questions come in the exam also. Believe me, these questions are exactly as per the exam pattern which you may expect. Exam pattern. So this is aquarium. Yes, aquarium is artificial, where we keep the fish. That is aquarium. So this is maintained by human being. Cropland, garden, reservoirs, these are basically some of the artificially made ecosystem. Natural ecosystems are desert, grassland, rainforest and all. So aquarium, cropland, garden, reservoir, these are artificial ecosystem. So keep yourself updated with these questions and keep doing this question. They are a highly relevant question for your upcoming exam of Andhra Pradesh and Telangana assistant environment engineer. Go for next question now. Major classification of ecosystem. So which one will you consider as a major ecosystem? Major classification of ecosystem. 1 2 3 4. Which one is your answer? Which of the following correctly represent major classification? There can be different classification. Biotic, abiotic, forest, desert, freshwater, marine, natural, artificial. One of the main category. Okay, so most of you are giving answer 3. Okay, so when he's saying major, okay, is there any doubt? See, forest, desert are types. Forest, desert are types. They are not classification. So you should know classification means nothing else is left. When I say forest, desert, I can also say marine. I can also say freshwater, right or not? So this is only type. This is not classification. When I say freshwater and marine, I can also say forest, desert. But when I say natural and artificial, you understand? When I say natural and artificial, there is nothing else is left. Either it is natural or it is artificial, right? So natural ecosystem or it can be artificial ecosystem. So that is how it is done. Broadly, it is classified as artificial, like man-made. Natural, that is naturally it is there. Artificial ecosystem has all these things, right? Major classification of ecosystems. Right? So is this clear? Types and classification are different. Types of ecosystem are desert, forest and all these things, but classification is like how you categorize it in two main classification or categories. So ecosystem, when we say types, it is terrestrial. Terrestrial can be forest, desert, grassland. It can be aquatic. So this image, please see carefully, because last time there was a question from which one is a terrestrial ecosystem. Terrestrial ecosystem means land based. Aquatic means water based, right? Aquatic can be marine based or freshwater based. Aquatic further can be like this. Terrestrial are these three, right? Aquatic is pond, river, ocean. So ocean is marine. This is actually freshwater. And the components are biotic, abiotic. That is also one of the classification, but it is not a classification of ecosystem. It is a component of ecosystem. So you should be very, very clear like what he's asking, right? And then how it works is there are consumers, decomposer, cycle keeper is asking. What is the question and what he is asking? You should be clear. Okay, so let's go next, friends. Next question: which of the following terrestrial ecosystem is characterized by absence of trees and is commonly found in Arctic region? So again, now this the purpose of this class is I'll give you a lot of question and you will give answer to me. Next time, if you are doing good, if you're answering the questions and all, I'll increase the number of questions. Next time, my mentors will also increase it. Which of the following terrestrial ecosystem is characterized by absence of trees and commonly found in Arctic? These all are terrestrial ecosystem. These all are terrestrial ecosystem. Remember it. So yes, tundra is something which is at Arctic region, Russia, upper Russia region and all is tundra. Tundra means no trees. Tundra. You know, we used to call the bald people, those who don't have hair on their head, we used to call them tundra. Tundra fellow. Tundra fellow means no hair. No hair means no trees, no vegetation. Right? So that is how we used to call them. So forest, grassland, tundra, this. And in the answer, you should remember other things also. It has very less rainfall and ground remains covered with snow or permafrost. So permafrost means permanently frost. That is the meaning of it. So it is basically permafrost means permanently frost, right? So okay, this is permanently frost, we say. Yeah, permafrost means permanently frost. So trees cannot grow. Let's go for next question. Answer it. Which of the following statements about desert ecosystem is correct? Read this and try to answer it. Which of the following statements about desert ecosystem is correct? It receives abundant rainfall and supports dense forest. It covers nearly 17% of Earth's surface, receives very little rainfall, dominated by grasses, herbs throughout the year, found only in polar region. Yes, what is the answer, friends? Yes, that is true. Answer is 17% of Earth's surface is basically dense. You know, this is desert ecosystem and very less rainfall. That is correct. 17% of Earth's surface is desert ecosystem and very less vegetation. Cacti and drought resistant plants only are there. Camels, reptiles, insect. So that is a habitat or ecosystem. Desert ecosystem. Keep revising it. So we'll be making you practice thousands of questions, not hundreds, thousands of questions. There are 10 topics in technical and non-technical also. So technical, non-technical questions like this practice you do, so that most important questions for exam you are well prepared for. Okay, next question. Major ecological role of forest ecosystem. So what is major ecological role of forest ecosystem? Okay, increasing soil salinity. Go, please answer this. Regulating Earth's temperature, acting as major carbon sink. Forest ecosystem. What is the main, ecological role? Ecology. I mean, environment. How forest ecosystem is helping environment. See, certain you can eliminate. Some choices you can eliminate. Producing least amount of oxygen among ecosystem. Forest produces oxygen. So 3 cannot be the answer. Supporting only herbivores. I'm telling you the way to eliminate the choices. If you find some answer as extreme word, normally that can be wrong. Only is extreme word. So these kind of extreme word questions can be wrong. Yes, it is a major carbon sink. I'll give you 3 some tips here for you. Normally nowadays papers are being framed through AI system. We have also done the same. So input is given, content is given, and you get the questions. Now normally longest statement becomes the correct statement. Longest statement becomes the correct statement. Extreme words are wrong. Like say this only, least, they are extreme words. So whenever you find extreme words, they may be wrong. So think of that and accordingly you have to answer the questions, right? So forest ecosystem has trees, animals, microorganisms interacting with environment, and they help regulate Earth's temperature and act as major carbon sink by absorbing carbon dioxide, conserve biodiversity, and provide shelter to numerous plants and animal species. Okay, next question. What is the primary source of energy in an ecosystem? Okay, answer it, friends. What is the primary source of energy in an ecosystem? Okay, sunlight. Okay, all of you are correct. So energy enters the ecosystem in the form of sunlight, which is captured by producers. So answer is more important for you. I mean, is more important other than answer. So producer are the plants. The producer is at the at the energy level that you'll pyramid. At the bottom of that is first this producer come, and through photosynthesis process that is converted into chemical energy, and energy is then transferred to the consumers, decomposers, and all. This is how it all goes, and significant portion is lost as heat at each trophic level. So only 10% goes to the next level, 90% gets wasted in the form of heat at every trophic level. So solar energy is the major source of energy in ecosystem. So energy comes from solar energy, then goes to producer, then to consumer, then to secondary consumer, tertiary consumer, decomposer, something like that. Now this is a second way to ask question. So now in your exam, one question will be 4 choices, one of the correct choice. Another can be like this also. So see this, read this question. So you will be given one statement will be given to you. On the basis of that statement, 2 conclusion will be provided to you. You have to read both the conclusion and tell which conclusion is correct. These are the choices. So read this question carefully now. Energy enters an ecosystem through sunlight, is captured by producer through photosynthesis, transferred to consumer through feeding relationship, finally reaches decomposer. During each transfer, part of energy is lost as heat, making energy flow unidirectional. Energy flows unidirectional. Energy in ecosystem cannot be recycled indefinitely like nutrients. Okay, nutrients can be recycled indefinitely as per it. Amount of usable energy decrease at each successive trophic level. Yes, what is the answer as per you? Do the question, friends. Energy enters ecosystem through sunlight captured by producer through photosynthesis. That is what he is explaining. Energy in ecosystem cannot be recycled indefinitely like nutrients. So what is the answer? I am waiting for your answer, friends. Please give your answer. No answer? Anybody please answer this question. I'll move forward only if you answer. Answer this question. 1, 2, 3, 4. Only conclusion 1 is correct, or conclusion 2 is also correct, or both are correct. Okay. Yes, both are correct. So question 4 is the answer. Statement explains actually. So just practice, friends, these kind of questions you are going to come across. So practice this. Why 2? So Abdul, why 2? 2 means only conclusion 2 follows. No, conclusion 1 recycled indefinitely. No, understand the meaning of that. Energy flows in one direction from sun to producer to consumer to decomposer, and some part of energy gets lost. Energy cannot be recycled indefinitely. So I told you, whenever you get extreme word somewhere, that statement may be wrong also. So energy will be recycled if energy is conserved, but energy is not conserved, it is unidirectional. From solar energy, whatever is coming to plants, only 10% is gets consumed on planet earth. Whatever energy is coming from solar, only 10% goes to plants. From plants to consumer, plants is producer, from producer to consumer only 10% goes, 90% gets wasted. No, if the energy is unidirectional, only in one direction it is going, it is not coming from consumer to producer to sunlight, it is not reverse, it is only going one direction. So whenever it is going only one direction, it cannot be recycled. Now what is recycle? I give you example of water cycle, hydrological cycle. So evaporation takes place, water goes up, clouds, rain come down, again recycle. So entire water as a content goes and it is recycled. Solar energy is not like that. So nutrient cycles, other cycles, biochemical cycles which you will be reading in this chapter, these can be recycled, these are conserved, but solar energy is not conserved, energy gets lost at each stage. That is what is saying actually. So it is not recycled. Now reason assertion type question, this is another type of question. Now please go through it, do this question. Reason assertion type questions are also there. So primary productivity determines the amount of energy available to higher trophic level in an ecosystem. Primary producers convert solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis, forming the base of food chain. No doubt primary producer converts solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis, and they are at the base of food chain. Primary productivity determines amount of energy available to higher trophic level in an ecosystem. So first you need to see whether both the statements are correct, and second you have to see whether reason is the actual reason of assertion. So one of the ways to do that is read the statement of assertion, put because here, and then read what is the reason. So put the word because before you read reason. First read this statement and then put because and then read this statement. If the sentence makes some sense, then answer is A. Primary productivity determines the amount of energy available to higher trophic level in an ecosystem, because primary producer converts solar energy into chemical energy. Now give me answer and then I explain you. This is now the degree of difficulty has increased. Please solve this question, not more than 1 minute. Reason assertion type question. Any answer, friends? You have to give me 1, 2, 3, 4. So A is false and R is true. Is that what you are saying? Okay, let's see what is the answer for this. Both are correct and R is the correct explanation of A. No, your answer 4 is not correct. Primary productivity is, what is primary productivity? You should know the meaning of primary productivity first. Is the rate at which producer convert solar energy into organic matter through photosynthesis. Here, primary producer and primary productivity are the linked terms. Primary producer, whatever they are producing is called primary productivity. Primary producer, they are not equally efficient. So primary producer means plants. So forget about plants. We can say the plants determine amount of energy available to higher trophic level in ecosystem. That is true, because from photosynthesis process, solar energy gets converted into, chemical energy, chemical form, consumable form, and plants or primary producer only will produce the energy from photosynthesis. I mean, produce the food for next producer, the next consumers. So food for consumer is produced by producer, that is plants, and producers productivity, I mean the way they are converting that energy, solar energy, into some kind of consumable items for consumers. So that will depend, that will decide how much energy goes to the next level. So productivity of the plants determine amount of energy available to the higher trophic level, that is true. Primary producer, that is plants, convert solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis, forming the base of the food chain, that is a true. So why primary productivity decides the kind of, energy available to higher trophic level? Because at the bottom is sitting the primary producer. So friends, these reason assertion type questions are very, very difficult and ticklish. Difficult in the sense compared to 4 choices, and you need to really do practice, like you made mistake here. So please, these kind of questions do carefully so that you don't make any mistake. Right, let's go to next now. Which trophic level consists of herbivores that feed directly on producers? So herbivores are sitting at which trophic level? They are primary producer, herbivores, or primary consumer, or secondary consumer, or tertiary consumer? Yes, please answer this question. You should not take much time. Okay. Okay. So which trophic level consists of herbivores? Herbivores means those who are eating the plants. Okay. Answer is primary consumers. They are trophic level 2. Primary consumers are herbivores that feed directly from plants producers. They occupy second trophic level and serve as primary link between producer and higher level consumer. Rabbit, deer, grasshopper, and cow, they are the example of this. So what is happening is, see, producer is the first level of trophic base. Producer means plant. So they take the solar energy directly. Solar energy comes to plants, and 10% of that goes to primary consumer. Grasshopper, bee, ant, butterfly, whatever you call it, and the other names were shown. Then next level secondary consumer will go this, then tertiary consumer, then quaternary consumer. So 10% energy goes at the top. So this is a upright pyramid. This pyramid is called, upright pyramid. So here biomass also decreases, energy also decreases. Biomass means the mass of the things, like plant, total mass of the plants, that is maximum. Then comes this, then comes this. So as you go at the top, the number keeps on decreasing, the biomass keeps on decreasing, energy keeps on decreasing. That is upright pyramid. Lost energy as heat, 10% energy only goes on the top side. So solar energy 100% comes here, and then as you go up the pyramid, energy keeps on decreasing. Okay, next question, friends. Statement and conclusion type. Read this. In a food chain, producer occupy the first trophic level, okay, followed by primary consumer, secondary consumer, tertiary consumer. As energy is transferred from one trophic level to next, significant portion is lost, 90% is lost. So that is the statement. Now two conclusion on the basis of that. One is tertiary consumers receive less energy than primary consumer. Okay. Producers contain maximum amount of available energy in food chain. So which one is correct? Please answer it now. What is the answer, friends? Okay, let's see this. So both conclusion 1 and 2 will follow from this. Energy is transferred. Tertiary consumer receive less energy than primary consumer. That is true. See this tertiary consumer and primary consumer. So as you go from producer to consumer, every stage 10% energy only goes to the next stage. So 100% energy, 10% energy, 1% energy, 0.1% energy, 0.01% energy, 90% gets wasted. So that statement is correct. Producer contain maximum amount of available energy. That is true because they are sitting at the bottom. So that was correct statement. Both the conclusion are correct. Now reason assertion. This time I expect you give right answer. Reason assertion. Most difficult type of questions are reason assertion. Decomposer play a vital role in maintaining ecosystem stability. Decomposers are like bacteria, fungi, break down dead organic matter and recycle nutrient back into the environment. So first make sure both the statements are correct, and if one of the statements is wrong, then it is an easy question. If one of the two statements is wrong, then this type of questions are easy questions. Make sure both the statements are correct. I mean, if both the statements are correct, then it is difficult question because either answer is A or B. So whether answer is A or not, you need to see whether this is the exactly reason for this assertion or not. Okay. Yes, so everybody is giving answer 1. Let's see whether answer is 1. Yes, answer is 1 for that. So you could easily answer this question now. Decomposers actually, like bacteria, fungi, decompose the dead plants, right? So decompose the dead plants, animals, organic waste into simpler substances and returning essential nutrient to soil and water. Nutrient recycling support producer and ensures continuity in ecosystem. Okay, next question. Which of the following ecological pyramid is always upright? So these are the ecological pyramid, friends. You have to tell which one is the upright pyramid, always upright pyramid. Which of the following ecological pyramid is always upright? Give the answer. Pyramid of biomass, pyramid of numbers, pyramid of energy, pyramid of productivity. Okay, so pyramid of energy is always upright. So just now we discussed about this. Pyramid of energy is upright because energy is always lost from one trophic level to another trophic level, and it is in accordance with second law of thermodynamics. So remember, if at all he asks you, so energy loss at different levels is as per which law, you will say thermodynamics. Biomass and number pyramids may be upright or inverted depending upon the ecosystem. Biomass and number pyramids may be upright or inverted depending upon the ecosystem. Next question. Which of the following is the significance of studying energy flow in an ecosystem? What is the significance of studying energy flow in an ecosystem? Okay, please give the answer. It helps predict climate change. supports sustainable resource management, it eliminates the need for biodiversity conservation, increases the amount of energy available at higher trophic level, prevents energy loss between trophic level. Yeah, give the answer, friends. Which of the following is significance of studying energy flow in an ecosystem? Give the answer. Is your answer 1? Many of you have not given answer. Yes, it helps predict the climate change impact and supports sustainable resource management. Studying energy flow in ecosystem. So when you study the energy flow, it helps you to understand the ecosystem productivity, conserve biodiversity, predict the impact of climate change, and promotes sustainable natural resource management. It cannot eliminate energy loss between trophic level because energy is inevitable loss. There is a loss of energy. See, these kind of questions, if you do not get what is the right answer, at least you eliminate the wrong answer. If there are 4 choices, find out the wrong answer. At least you can find wrong answer correctly. So energy flow in ecosystem prevent energy loss between trophic level. It cannot be. So 4 statement is wrong. It increases the amount of energy available at higher trophic level. That is also wrong. At higher trophic level, energy level decreases. So 3 and 4 statements are incorrect. It eliminates the need for biodiversity conservation. Biodiversity conservation always is required. So these 3 choices, it is easier to eliminate these 3 choices. Wrong, wrong, wrong. He's saying find the right answer. So many times in the question, the right answer will be difficult to find. Wrong answer will be easier to find. So find the wrong answer, eliminate it, and the whatever is left, that is the correct answer. So please follow that also. Wrong answer can be eliminated. You can find what are the wrong answers and you can eliminate the wrong answers. Okay, statement and conclusion type question, friends. Go for it. We are doing practice of the questions. So you have read all the topics now, all the videos, all the documents you have read. Now it's a time you are to practice it. In most ecosystem, pyramid of number biomass energy are upright because producer possess greater energy and biomass than herbivores, while herbivores possess more energy and biomass than carnivores. However, pyramid of biomass in marine ecosystem may be inverted. Okay. Conclusion, pyramid of biomass. See, statement is not wrong. Statement given to you is correct and you should read this statement, understand this statement. Pyramid of biomass in marine ecosystem is inverted, maybe inverted. But pyramid of biomass in otherwise non-marine ecosystem is upright because producer possess greater energy and biomass than herbivores. That is a correct statement. So read this statement and now give the conclusion on the basis of these statements. Pyramid of biomass can be inverted in marine ecosystem because phytoplankton have lower standing biomass than consumers. Okay, because consumer is fish. Let us say fish is eating this and fish has more biomass. So fish depends upon phytoplankton. So fish is dependent upon phytoplankton. So herbivores eat the plants, but the biomass of plant is more than herbivores. But here the fish is eating phytoplankton. Now biomass of the fish is more than phytoplankton. That is what it is saying. Pyramid of energy may also become inverted in marine ecosystem. Do you agree with statement number 2? Tell me, is statement number 2 correct or not? Because if statement number 2 is not correct, pyramid of energy, can it be inverted? Pyramid of energy, can it be inverted? So don't you think statement number 2 is incorrect? Okay, so if statement number 2 is not correct, Then what do you think is the answer? Only conclusion 1 is correct, 2 is not correct. So only pyramid of biomass can be inverted in marine ecosystem, because so the statement number 1 is correct. Conclusion number 1 is correct, but conclusion number 2 is not correct. Next question, friends. Reason assertion. Try to give right answer now. Pyramid of energy is always upright in every ecosystem, because during energy transfer between trophic levels, significant portion of energy is lost as heat, leaving less energy available for next trophic level. Okay, both are correct. During energy transfer, so pyramid of energy is always upright. Why? Because this is the reason. That is the reason assertion type. Do lot of practice of reason assertion type questions. Your PDF will provide you sufficient question for reason assertion type. Do lot of practice for these reason assertion type of question, friends. Right? Next question. Organisms that convert solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis are called what? Keep answering. What are the organisms called that convert solar energy into chemical energy through photosynthesis? What is the answer? Consumer, producer, decomposer, parasite. What they are called? Okay, producer. That is correct. Producers are like green plant, algae, other bacteria that prepare their own food by photosynthesis and using sunlight, carbon dioxide, and water. That is very important. They take carbon dioxide, they take sunlight, they take water, and make chemical energy. So, first trophic level is the primary source of energy for all. Next question. Breaking down dead organic matter and recycling nutrient. Everybody will answer this. Very simple question. Everybody will answer this. Yes, that is herbivores. Come on, how can it be herbivores? Yeah, it is decomposer. Fungi, bacteria, dead plant, it will decompose. Animal, organic waste. So organic waste will be decomposed into inorganic substances, and this process will recycle then essential nutrient into environment. First trophic level in food chain is, what is first trophic level, friends? Yeah, producer. Okay. Chlorophyll absorb light most efficiently from which region of the visible spectrum? Okay, looks like another question for you. Read this question. During photosynthesis process, chlorophyll absorbs light most efficiently from which region? Chlorophyll absorbs light most efficiently from which region of the visible spectrum? Okay, red and blue. So remember it. Chlorophyll absorbs light effectively in red and blue region. Remember it. Okay, so why do you need question numbers? Okay, for your reference, I'll do that. I'll provide you question numbers from next class. Don't worry, I understood. So if you have to discuss the number later on, how you will do? Red and blue, remember it, friends. Primary photosynthetic pigment in green plant is what? Primary photosynthetic pigment in green plant is what? Okay, chlorophyll is the principal photosynthetic pigment found in chloroplast of green plant, algae, cyanobacteria, absorbs mainly red and blue light, reflects green light, giving plants their characteristic green color. And chlorophyll plays central role in converting solar energy into chemical energy during using photosynthesis process. Okay, this is the another type of question you can come across. Match the following. So practice 4 different type of questions, 4 different format of question: reason assertion and statement conclusion, then 4 choices, 3 multiple statements and answers, and match the following. In fact, 5 types of questions you have to practice, 5 format of questions. Okay, forest ecosystem, desert ecosystem. So it is very simple, but actual exam question also will come simple. In the actual exam also you will come across simple questions only. Right? Forest ecosystem, dense vegetation, rich biodiversity. Desert ecosystem, sparse vegetation, low rainfall. Grass ecosystem, grasses and herbs. Okay, next question. Answer it. Please answer this question now. Okay, so producer is grass. Okay, primary consumer is rabbit. Secondary consumer is what? Snake. And tertiary consumer are apex predator. Apex predator means at the top. Apex predator means something which is sitting at the top. Apex predator, highest trophic level. Match the following: ecological pyramid and characteristic. Energy, biomass, number, productivity. So please revise the subject. I'll be taking 2 classes on ecosystem, these kind of question classes. One is this, and maybe 3 classes for each of the subject. I have taught you 5 subjects. For each subject, I'll be taking 3 such classes. The first class, and in that we'll try to cover up all the questions. Pyramid of energy, always upright. Pyramid of biomass, may be inverted in aquatic ecosystem, that is pyramid of biomass. Pyramid of biomass is, it is inverted in aquatic or marine. Biomass is inverted in marine, as I told you. Pyramid of energy, always upright. Why? Because energy decreases at each trophic level. Pyramid of biomass may be inverted in marine ecosystem, aquatic ecosystem. Like phytoplankton has lower biomass than fish or consumer. Pyramid of number can be upright, inverted, spindle type. Depends on number of organisms present at each trophic level. Pyramid of productivity, rate of biomass production. What is primary role of decomposer in ecosystem? I think this we have done. Number 2. What is the main function of producer in an ecosystem? 2. Yes. What is main function of producer in ecosystem? That we have done. Primary purpose of nutrient cycle in an ecosystem. What is the primary purpose of nutrient cycle in an ecosystem? Answer it. So I'll be covering 200 good questions of your ecosystem from where the question in exam will come for sure. Only thing is you revise the subjects and then you will be confident. Primary purpose to ensure continuous availability of essential elements for living organism. That looks like correct. Longest statement sometimes is correct statement also. So the solution is very important, friends. Do solution carefully because next time question can come from there. Food chain. What do you mean by food chain? What do you understand by food chain? Yes. The purpose is you answer this question, friends. The questions which we are going to take is such that you are answering the questions. Food chain. What is the answer? Linear sequence showing transfer of energy from one organism to another. Is that what you're saying? So you can eliminate which is wrong. The wrong statements can be eliminated. It illustrates single feeding relationship. Food web consists of multiple interconnected food chains. So understand there are terms called food web and food chain. So what is food chain? What is food web? You should understand that. Food web is consisting of couple of chains. Primary productivity means what for you? Solve it. What do you mean by primary productivity? What do you understand by primary productivity? Yes, what is the answer, friends? Give your answer. Primary productivity means what? What is primary productivity? See, your exam still has not been declared for Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. So, a very good opportunity if you revise this all well in time and do whatever is being provided to you. You stand a very good chance for getting into prestigious jobs of assistant environment engineer in your home state. Okay, so this is rate at which producer converts solar energy into organic matter. So the solution you have to go through. Producers are also called autotrophs. Producers are also called autotrophs that convert solar energy into through photosynthesis into chemical energy. Which of the pyramid of energy always upright? Why is always upright? Because yes, energy is lost at each level. 90% energy is lost through metabolic activities. So update these terms of metabolic activities. Energy lost means metabolic activities. Okay, so I think that was the questions today 1 hour class. So I'll be taking ecosystem 3 such classes, and I'll be covering some 150 to 200 good questions. Ecosystem same, biodiversity, and then other subjects will be taken, and other mentors are also going to take the same classes. So please start preparing, friends, these topics, and any suggestions which you want to give, you can write there. You can give your suggestions and will be implementing that, but you revise it well so that you are in position to, as my next 2 lectures will go, the degree of difficulty will keep on increasing. So I'll be taking 3 live session on each subject. I have 5 subjects in your technical and then non-technical also. I'll be taking 3 live question session for you, and degree of difficulty will keep on increasing. Yes, classes will be on Zoom, classes will be on YouTube also. So you will be getting the classes on both the places, right? On Zoom also, and this YouTube live sessions also. Yes. Okay, thanks a lot, friends. I'll catch you in the next class. Thank you.